Hey there, I went back to the sound bath last night and it was a total success. I want to share this with you right now. So if you saw one of my previous videos, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I went to my sound bath. By the way, if you're not sure what a sound bath is, it is a kind of like a meditation session almost, where you're lying down in a very comfortable position, usually on your back, and there's a leader, a woman we have, that plays these Tibetan singing bowls, crystal bowls, chimes, gongs. It's an hour session that puts you in this trance, or supposed to put you in a trance that is just amazingly beautiful. And when I do a sound bath, a lot of times memories from my life come up into my thought process, my thought patterns. Sometimes I see colors. It's just a beautiful thing. So, but I did talk about a couple weeks ago when I took, I can't remember how much it was. It was probably about, off the top of my head, somewhere between a half a gram and a gram of magic mushrooms. And I had kind of a bad session. It really did not work well for me. I was kind of like in limbo, in the middle of this place where in between microdosing and in between a larger dose, which wasn't going anywhere. And because of that, I became kind of restless, and it just wasn't really a great session. I was looking at my watch to, when's this thing going to be over? It just wasn't great. Last night, however, I wanted to try something a little bit different. So about 2 to 2.5 hours before the sound bath started, I ate marijuana or cannabis, as it's preferred these days, because of course they say marijuana is a racist term, which I still don't understand that, but that's a whole different story. I ingested about 15 milligrams of a marijuana edible. And by the time we got to the sound bath and I laid down and she started playing these beautiful, beautiful instruments, it was really, really amazing. I mean, I was laying there and she was playing not only her singing bowls, which were just kind of vibrating through my whole body, but she had these high-pitched chimes that she usually doesn't bring with her, usually doesn't have with her. And the mixture of all the sounds coming together, the singing bowls, the chimes, I think occasionally she might have done a little gong, but I'm not even sure. It was bringing back so many really cool memories from my life. And also I was seeing some really good kind of closed eye visuals. It was just an amazing hour, and it went really fast. Actually, I can't say that it went fast. I say it went smoothly, and I wasn't really aware of the time. I didn't really know how much time was left. I got into these phases during the sound bath where kind of everything was just dissolving away, and if I had a thought that came into my mind, sometimes I would let it go, and then it's very hard to explain, but I didn't really have any sense of time or where I was, but I felt like I wasn't out of control either. It felt very, very comfortable, and it was just a great session. And at the end of the session, I thanked her very much. I said, I didn't tell her that I had ingested some edibles beforehand, but I told her I thought this was one of the best sessions she ever did. And whether it really was, or whether it was just because of my state of mind and what I had ingested, it doesn't really matter, because it was a beautiful session. So I'm starting to think maybe for sound baths, cannabis might be better for me than magic mushrooms. Magic mushrooms I use for microdosing and to change my life and change the way I feel every day, and they've been extremely successful. But maybe for a short-term event like a sound bath, maybe cannabis is a better choice, at least for me. Magic mushrooms are a real sacred medicine for me, and lately I've been doing probably only a couple microdoses a week. And my microdoses are anywhere from 100 milligrams, which is 0.1 grams, to upwards of 0.3 grams, something like that. When you get above 0.3 grams or 300 milligrams, that becomes a little bit more than a microdose. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. It's not like any kind of revolutionary information on this video today, other than I had a really successful sound bath, and I'll probably continue to experiment more with cannabis than magic mushrooms during the sound bath. By the way, just to let you know, in reference, I'm kind of all over the place, but in reference to what I just said about the amount of magic mushrooms I do per week, once every 1 to 2 weeks, I also try to get a larger dose in. When I say a large dose, probably 1 to 1.5 grams. I do that maybe once every week or two, just to it gives you kind of like a, how can I phrase this? Like a booster, maybe like a booster shot. That's what this is for. It works for me. I've been experimenting now for like a little over 8 months now with microdosing magic mushrooms, and you just kind of get into a groove and you kind of feel what's best for your body. Everybody tells you what to do, and it's good to have guidelines when you first start, but you kind of get to know the medicine, the sacred medicine, the plant medicine. You kind of get to know it, and you kind of get to know how you're going to feel. And then you kind of get into your weekly weekly routine and what you want to do every week or every couple weeks. And it's been life-changing for me, so I'm really happy to present this all to you. Anyway, I hope you got something out of this video. Maybe all over the place on this one, but main thing is I wanted to share with you how successful the sound bath was last night. And if you're still not sure about a sound bath, just do a Google search for sound bath in your area. And let's see what comes up. I think you will be amazed at what is, at least in larger size cities, I know you're going to have sound baths, and I would highly recommend trying one. They're generally not expensive. I think I pay $20 for a session, which is worth every penny for me, because I just lay back and this woman is doing all the work, making the sounds, and it's just an awesome thing. Okay, I talked enough. Talk to y'all later. See you.